All right, continuing in our Medicaid series, I want to address one of the most common things is Medicaid legal, okay? Or is Medicaid planning legal? And that's a question, and there's some interesting rules out there and concepts that I want to talk about. So come back in just a second and we'll talk about, is Medicaid legal? People, even clients sitting in the office, once we go through this, they'll look at me and say, is this legal? And of course it is. We are following the rules. We are not hiding anything from Medicaid. We're telling them everything. We are giving them all the facts, telling them everything that the application requires. And Medicaid planning is legal. This, your entire life, you have probably worked and you have paid income taxes. And if you make enough money, you've probably gone to a accountant or a CPA to help you do your taxes and to plan for your tax return. Okay. So one thing Congress lets us do, which is very common, is charitable deductions. If you give money to a charity, your church or some other charity, you can take that off of your income and not pay tax on it. And Congress wants people to buy houses. And so if you have a mortgage, your interest can also be taken off of your income and you don't pay income tax on it. And so there's a whole industry out there of helping people pay as little income tax as possible. And that's just seen as common sense. Why pay more if I don't have to? I want to do things to make sure that my tax liability, what I pay into the government, is as low as possible. We do the very same thing for our clients on the other end. Is we want to take the Medicaid rules that are out there and use those rules to our clients' benefit so that they can get the benefit and protect as much as possible. And like I said, we tell Medicaid everything that we've done because everything we do is under the law and meets their qualifications. Now, as attorneys, we are going to push those limits. We are going to take their words and sometimes use those words against them to say, hey, this is what you said, so this is the result. It's probably not what you wanted to happen, but hey, that's the rules and that's what happens. And so, yes, Medicaid planning is absolutely legal, and I've been doing it for 20 years, and it's perfectly fine, and we have submitted thousands of applications, and we've never gotten into trouble, okay? Now, just an interesting point, back in 2006, I think, with the DRA, the Deficit Reduction Act, that was a big Medicaid rule change. There was a provision in there that said planning for Medicaid by an attorney is actually illegal. Now, the courts and lawyers and even the higher ups in the government said, you can't do that. I mean, it's advising people of the law, and that's what lawyers do. And so there is this interesting provision out there that has scared some attorneys that says technically that giving a client advice about planning for Medicaid is technically illegal. I do it every day, been doing it for 20 years, and no one's ever come after me, nor has anyone going after all of the thousands of Medicaid planning attorneys across the country. It's just not a valid law, and no one's going to enact it. But the law is on the books, and we kind of think it's funny. So, yes, it's legal. Yes, we can do it. We do it all the time. The laws are there. Our job as an attorney is to teach the person about the law, use the law for their benefit, and protect their assets. So if you're curious about how we do that, subscribe to my channel. You will get updates every time this comes out, and you can see all of our videos. So please subscribe. Like our channel, and as always, if you have questions, you can always leave questions under the video. We will get those, and thanks for listening. All right.